Welcome to my article review. I'll be discussing 3 articles and reviewing them to inform and educate you about what's happening in the world. Just to make it clear, as a disclaimer, my purpose is for review, informational, as in giving you the information, and educational purposes. And it's not to take the credit for the intellectual property. In this case, intellectual property, the credit for the intellectual property goes exclusively to Business Insider. And this story by S. Barker at Insider.com, otherwise known as Sinead Baker. So, that out of the way, I'd like to talk about 3 things in 3 articles that we're going to talk about. Okay, now, headline reads, an arms dealer says he sold 49 second-hand Leopard 1 tanks to an undisclosed EU country to send to Ukraine. And from here you can see the photo. 2 Ukrainian soldiers inspecting a gun barrel of a Leopard 1A5 tank that is parked in a field while another Ukrainian soldier is standing on top of the tank. This is copyright Klaus Dietmar Gabbert. Picture Alliance via Getty Images. Now, here's some 3 important points to remember from this article. Number 1, an arms dealer said he sold 49 Leopard 1 tanks to an unnamed EU country to send to Ukraine. Number 2, some of the tanks will be used for spare parts, with the rest arriving in the next 6 months, he said. Number 3, German newspaper Handelsblatt reported that arms maker Rheinmetall bought the tanks. And here, of course, you see a picture of these players. Players. Okay, there's a slideshow you can look at, and the copyright is respective of the owners who has the intellectual property. You can look at it yourself. Now let's continue with the article. An unidentified EU country purchased 49 second-hand Leopard 1 tanks to send to Ukraine, according to an arms dealer who said he sold armored vehicles. Freddie Verisluis, if I pronounce that right, CEO of private defense company OIP Land Systems, told The Guardian he sold the tanks that once belonged to Belgium to a major European nation, but was unable to name the country publicly. Verisluis also said he was not able to reveal the price of the deal, but The Guardian reported he previously bought 50 decommissioned Leopard 1 tanks from Belgium just 40,000 each. German newspaper Handelsblatt meanwhile reported that the Leopard 1 tanks were bought by German arms maker Rheinmetall for use in Ukraine, and then the deal involved 50 tanks. Rheinmetall declined to comment to The Guardian or Reuters. And here you see a video of it, which you'll be able to watch in its entirety after I upload this video. I will have in the description the link to this article, as well as other videos here too. Now, Ukraine began discovering, or actually, in this case, receiving deliveries, and also, of course, discovered as well, deliveries of the Leopard tanks from its allies in February 2023 after months of asking for advanced armored vehicles. Ukraine argued that the tanks were necessary to make progress against Russian forces, but many of its Western allies initially hesitated. Even after agreeing to send the tanks, progress had been slow. Only 10 out of the 110 Leopard 1 that Germany had promised to Ukraine had been delivered this month. Germany newspaper Die Welt, I believe it's Welt, because the W is pronounced like a V. Die Welt reported. And the Kiel Institute of the World Economy reported in July that only around half of the heavy weaponry promised to Ukraine had been delivered. Verisluis told The Guardian that he could be up to 6 months before the Leopard 1 tanks were on the battlefield to Ukraine. He says some needed a lot of repair work and over a dozen were used for spare parts. Handelsblatt reported that about 30 will ultimately end up in Ukraine. Older tanks, even discarded as obsolete, were now in high demand. The Guardian reported, given battlefield needs. Ukraine's allies said they are running out of stockpile weapons for Ukraine and can't manufacture them fast enough, causing them to look to older or decommissioned equipment. Ukraine said last month that Russian defenses have limited the effectiveness of tanks, with Russian forces laying dense minefields and other traps. In some cases, Ukraine's troops have left armored vehicles to try to cross minefields on foot. That's quite risky. Experts say that the West's hesitancy to send tanks to Ukraine gave Russia time to build up its defenses. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky said last month that, quote, he had wanted Ukraine's counteroffensive to start, quote, much earlier, unquote, but he felt that he had to wait for more weapons to arrive. Well, naturally, of course, you can't do something without being equipped. Now, I'd like for you to weigh in on this. What do you think of this article? What do you think of an arms dealer says he sold 49 second-hand Leopard 1 tanks to an undisclosed EU country to send to Ukraine? What do you think of that? Okay. Now, feel free to let me know what you think of that in the comments below. I would like to let you know that this is for the comments is for constructive dialogue purposes, not for derogatory or threatening purposes. Just as a disclaimer, so we can make it clear. Okay. Now, let's move on to the second article. And before I read the article, I want to let you know for disclaimer purposes. The purpose of this article is for education, information, and review purposes. It is not to take the credit for the intellectual property, in which case it belongs to the public. In this case, it's the publisher, who is Global Data, and the author, which has story by Andrew Salerno Garthwaite, if I have that pronounced correctly. Okay. That out of the way, let's start with the article. The headline reads, Quantum Interceptor Technology Showcase for Missile Defense. As you can see here, these are basically their interceptor missiles. It says Image 2 is a Patriot missile. These are probably your highest tech that they have so far. But from what the article, and I've already read this article naturally to prepare for this video, is they're coming up with something that's even better than the Patriot missile. Now, the purpose of these missiles, just to let you know, guys, is to intercept other missiles as a defense system. Okay. Now, the Patriot missile system is a land-based mobile missile defense interceptor provided by Global Data. Now back to the article. Quantum computing company D-Wave announced progress in national defense solutions on 7 August after revealing an interceptor assignment application at the Space and Missile Defense Symposium this week. Since October 2022, D-Wave, housed at the USC Lockheed Martin Quantum Computing Center, has worked in conjunction with the aerospace and missile defense company Davidson Technologies to produce a quantum computing technology that is able to take into account missile capability and negating threats, balance allocation of missile threats, and availability of resources to threat identification and mitigation. The global missile and missile defense market is set to reach $67.5 billion. That's quite a bit. By 2033. Now, notice 2023, so in 10 years. According to Global Data's, quote, the global missiles and missile defense systems market forecast 2023 to 2033. The companies also showcased the use of quantum computing. See, this is where I'm saying this is the future here. This is the upgrade. Quantum computing and the management of a phased array radar. Another thing, quantum computing, phased array radar. Enabling the schedule of time-limited resources when communicating with moving objects. As the first commercial provider of quantum computers and the only company to construct both annealing quantum computers and gate model quantum computers, D-Wave is at the forefront of developing and delivering quantum computing system software and services. D-Wave and Davidson have been working together since August 2022 when they signed a reseller agreement that allows Davidson to resell D-Wave's products and services, including the Leap Quantum Cloud service. And here you can see the video. Now you'll be able to access video after I upload this video with the link to this article. During the times of military response, speed matters, unquote. Major General John W. Hawley, USA retired, and President CEO and Chairman of Davidson, he said, during times of military response, speed matters, and our artificial intelligence powered by D-Wave's technology provided an answer to much faster than other computational options, said Major General John W. Hawley, USA retired President and CEO and Chairman of Davidson. Well, our mission is to deliver advanced agile technology solutions in defense of our nation, and together with D-Wave, we're providing our government customers with critical applications in service to our country. Dr. Alan Barat, CEO of D-Wave, said that, quote, by utilizing emerging and advancing technologies, Davidson is able to provide its customers with unique military implementation and national defense tools. He went on to state D-Wave and Davidson would be working together in a multi-year relationship to advance more robust application development. Unquote. According to Global Data's, quote, thematic intelligence quantum computing, unquote, report, the U.S. is planning $3 billion in federal quantum projects, with another $1.2 billion coming from the National Quantum Initiative. President Biden signed the CHIPS, that's capital CHIPS, the acronym, and Science Act in 2022, which, quote, authorizes new investments in core quantum research programs, unquote. Even more money is likely to come from the Pentagon, quote, as a black budget, unquote. In the UK, the National Security Strategic Investment Fund, or the NSSIF, has spent £2.6 million in R&D contracts with quantum enterprises, stimulating development in the UK quantum ecosystem as part of its plan to provide insight and access to quantum computing. On 2 August, MBDA, leaders of the HYDIS consortium, announced that the European Commission has backed the project's framework for research on hypersonic interceptor. Through the European Defence Fund, the consortium contributes to the Aquila, that's spelled capital AQUILA, concept for endo-atmospheric hypersonic interceptor capability that can reach 100 kilometers above the surface of the Earth, which is quite significant. So if you consider 100 kilometers, that's so 5 kilometers is 3.14, approximately 3.14 miles. And then you multiply that by 20, so that's like 60 something miles. Okay, so that would be way. That would be sort of like towards the orbit or something. Near the satellites. Some crazy stuff. Quantum interceptor technology showcase for missile defense was originally created and published by Army Technology, a global data-owned brand. The information on this site has been indicated in good faith for general information purposes only. Remember how I said I'm doing this for review, education, and information purposes? Same kind of thing like they're saying. It is not intended to amount to advice on which you should rely on, and we give no representation, warranty, or guarantee, whether expressed or implied, as to its accuracy or completeness. You must obtain professional or specialist advice before taking or refraining from any action on the basis of the content of sites, according to the. So that's their disclaimer, which I read, just for full disclosure and for the benefit as well. Now let's move on to the third article. And speaking of disclosure, before I read this article, I want to let you know that the purpose of this article is for review, education, and information purposes. It is not to take the credit for the intellectual property, which belongs to the publisher in this case, is Washington Examiner, and the author, which is story by Heidstein Lewis. His name, her name, I'm not sure if it's he or she, uh, named correct. Now, with that out of the way, again, I'd like to read this article. White House announces new restrictions on advanced tech investment in China. Now, if you look at the picture here, you can see a picture. Here, this is copyright provided by the Washington Examiner. White House announces new restrictions on advanced tech investment in China. The Biden administration is upping the trade war with China. President Joe Biden has signed an executive order that will limit certain types of foreign investment in the country, especially in leading edge technologies, while also requiring the disclosure of other investments. The White House says the move is about protecting national security. He says there's a separate article which I'm not going to read this. This is a link to another article. The move is designed to address the national security threat posed by countries of concern that could develop advanced technologies used for nefarious military intelligence or surveillance purposes. The Biden-Harris administration is committed to keeping America safe and defending America's national security by protecting technologies that are critical to the next generation of military innovation. The administration said in a press release. Cross-border investment is important to the U.S. economy. The release added, saying the order is, quote, narrowly targeted, unquote, to protect national security. The news comes after Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen visited China in July and criticized the country for its punitive measures taken against foreign firms, especially those of the U.S. Now, you'll be able to watch these other videos. This video here, it's embedded in the article. Once I've uploaded the video, that will have the link to the article. So, let's continue with the article here. Quote, during meetings with my counterparts, I'm communicating the concerns that I've heard from the U.S. business community, including China's use of non-market tools like expanded subsidies for state-owned enterprises and domestic firms, as well as barriers to market access for foreign firms, Yellen said. Well, I've been particularly troubled by punitive actions that have been taken against U.S. firms in recent months, she added. Administration officials has held a conference call with reporters on Wednesday afternoon to outline the move, saying saying it should not come as a surprise to major U.S. companies because it already held a series of meetings with relevant stakeholders who would be affected. The order specifically names quantum information technology, artificial intelligence systems, semiconductors, microelectronics as prohibited types of investment and falls other sweeping restrictions on U.S. China trade introduced in the past year. The new program will be administered by the Treasury Department and will require notifying Treasury about certain transactions along with full prohibition on others. Well, it's important to recognize this is a national security action, not an economic one, the senior administration officials say. China is mentioned specifically as a country of concern, and the White House says the country already has the ability to exploit U.S. investment to produce, quote, sensitive technologies, unquote, that could enhance its military. Tensions between U.S. and China have been escalating for years, and most notably as the latter begins taking more aggressive actions toward its claims over Taiwan. White House officials said that the idea behind the executive order is to prevent China from obtaining U.S. information and intelligence, not just American money. The United States says prohibits or restricts many exports to the country. The Treasury Department is also proposing a rule that would further define the size and mission of the program and get feedback from the public. The rule will be finalized at a later date. Alright, so that will end my video for articles. I'd like to pose the question to you, not only of this article, but all three articles. But in this case, this article, what do you think of this article? What is your opinion about what I just mentioned in this article about White House announces new restrictions on advanced tech investment in China? What is your opinion of it? Do you think it's good? It's bad? Tell me why. What are other things such as implications or predictions you might have? If you give a prediction, just back it up with some data, not just for the sake of it. Because we're looking for constructive dialogue that's based upon informed information. You understand? Not just, well, I think I know who's going to win the lottery tomorrow. You know what I mean. So just keep in mind there are some ground rules. Number one, no threatening language. Number two, no derogatory language. We want to keep this respectful, polite, and constructive because we're aiming for a constructive dialogue. Do you understand? Okay, that in mind, I'd like to thank you for watching the video. I know it's important for people to be informed about the news. Please click like on the video so we push through the algorithm. That way more people will be able to enjoy it and be informed, especially in a timely way about what's happening in the world. If you haven't already, please click subscribe. That way you'll actually have access to all my videos on this channel, which I have other topics on this channel. I do upload to YouTube and Rumble, so if you have YouTube and Rumble, feel free to subscribe to both. And also, if you haven't already, please click. That way you'll be notified of all my future videos. I will be doing a live stream on Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna try to live stream. I'm gonna try doing stuff on Fridays for live streams. So the time of this filming, it's actually Thursday evenings. So excuse me, it's Wednesday evening. So I'll try Thursday. Tomorrow I'm gonna be uploading a video about marketing. I'm gonna have marketing series, so some course series. So one is logistics, the other one is project management, marketing, and the ITIL version 4. So if you have other courses that are business related or IT related that you would like to be able to learn from, like to be able to see a presentation of it, etc., please let me know. I am not a computer programmer, I'm not an engineer, so that would take some months before I'm able to present such things. But there are creative formats in which these can be presented and people can benefit from the video. So, again, I would like to thank you for watching the video. I'd like to wish you a great evening. And for now, I'd like you to take care, and I'll talk to you next time.